Want to know 5 cons about interracial relationships that you probably didn't think about? Watch until the end of the video.
First off, guys, we wanted to thank you for coming to our channel. Make sure that you click the subscribe button over here. It's a little picture of our cute dog, Daisy.
We're going to go ahead and give you guys 5 seconds to go ahead and click the button. We'll wait. Welcome to the family. We're the Greens. And you guys today have officially made yourself green beans. Anyways, so today in this video, what we're going to be covering is 5 cons about interracial relationships that you probably didn't think about. Before you watch this video, though, we did make another video, which was the 5 pros about being in an interracial relationship that you probably didn't know about. And you can click that video, and it's going to be right above Alexia's head or above my head. I'm not too sure which one. Just click whichever one that pops up something, okay? So let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, guys, so number 1 is pictures, okay? A lot of the times we struggle with pictures, especially if you're in an interracial relationship and you're dating someone of the darker skin tone or you're dating someone who has the lighter skin tone. Lighting is everything when it comes to pictures. There's been several times that we've taken a picture, all you can see is my teeth, my eyes, you know. So, pictures are something, it's a rough patch, you know. It's something that we have to deal with all the time, you know. Even recording this video right now, we can't sit too close to the lighting because Alexia will look like a ghost. But I would look great, you know? So this is something that we've struggled with as far as taking pictures.
Even like taking pictures outside, maybe you have like nice scenery, I'll look like a ghost, CJ will look perfectly fine. But, you know, it's just something you got to work with.
And I'm telling you guys, pictures, especially when it comes to the women, they love taking pictures, guys. And I kid you not, I don't like taking pictures, but we have to retake and retake and retake pictures several times because of the lighting. Either I'm too black, she's too white, and we gotta turn at an angle.
Even, you know, like some like Snapchat or like iPhones that have like the flash when you're taking a selfie, that does nothing for CJ. Like, you still, I mean, it's true, that's what we're talking about, but you still can't see him. So it's just like, well, we just need all the lighting we can get.
That is true. That is true.
So number 2, people are basically with interracial relationships, they're kind of waiting for a clash to happen, especially because you're not of the same race, you're not of the same ethnicity. People are waiting for that moment that you just don't get along or that you find a rough patch in your relationship because of the morals that you've been taught since you were younger to make that relationship fail.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys know this, but statistics show that interracial relationships or interracial marriages or anything like that, they're actually ahead of non-interracial relationships and divorce rates. So it's like we're always being watched, we're always being monitored to basically, society is waiting on us to fail basically. So it's like our backs are against the wall, people are just looking around like, you know, hey, you know, and then they're waiting for that I told you so moment. Well, I told you you should marry a black girl, CJ, or I told you should have married a Hispanic guy, Alexia. So that's what typically in society's eyes, that's what they're waiting on.
And then with that I told you so part, then there comes the whole talk with your families. If, you know, you do get divorced, like CJ said, that there is a big divorce rate, then there comes that talk where it's like, well, you should have married in your race. You shouldn't have married somebody from another race. You have nothing in common with them. But that also just goes back to how you were raised and seeing color and seeing different races like that. So, definitely.
Number 3 is language. I know in our last video we said it's also a pro, but it's also a con as well. You know, from my perspective, I don't know Spanish. Obviously, you guys saw me speaking Spanish in the last video. It was not good. But I don't really know Spanish, so a lot of the times where Alexia's on the phone with her mom, I don't think she does this with any intentions or anything like that, but they normally speak English and Spanish in the same sentence.
Spanglish.
So a lot of the times they're like, you know, hi mom, I'm like, what? You know, and there's some times where they're around as a family and they speak Spanish as well, and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. Like this.
Mom, ¿qué vamos a comer?
Pues no sé, ¿qué quieren comer? Podemos hacer menudo, podemos hacer mole, pozole. ¿Qué es lo que quieren comer?
A mí me gusta mole y pozole, pero a CJ no le gusta.
What?
Pues, ¿qué le gusta a CJ?
Pues, ¿no le gusta nada?
Nada.
A ver qué hacemos. Le podemos comprar McDonald's o Taco Bell o algo.
No. Mejor hacer algo.
Okay.
What'd she say?
Well, I was asking what we're gonna eat when they come this weekend, and she suggested menudo and mole and pozole, but you don't like anything, so we'll see what you eat.
You see? It's crazy. I don't know what's going on.
So another con for that is the person who actually speaks another language. It's kind of frustrating sometimes. Like, have you ever been in a setting or with some people where you can't say something out loud because, I don't know, maybe this is mean, but maybe you don't want to hurt their feelings, or maybe you like want to do something and don't want to include them, or maybe there's something going on at a distance and you're like, look, but you want to say something where no one around you understands, and they don't understand either, so you're kind of just holding it in. But I think that's a con for me also, because sometimes I wish I could speak Spanish with CJ, just to tell him stuff that's going on around us that he might have not have noticed. So number 4 would be the way that you raise your children. I know I've seen a lot of people coming out, especially people who have a big platform, like actors, actresses, singers, just saying that, and I'm only speaking for the Black community, I guess, but just saying how with everything that goes on in the world, you have to raise your kids a different way. You know, instead of, you know, teaching kids to stand up for themselves sometimes, yeah, stand up for yourself, but also don't talk back. Watch how you act, you know, especially Black kids with everything that's gone on with like Trayvon Martin and, you know, just all of those people who have been impacted by things in society. They have to be raised differently.
Yeah, I think Alexia was talking about an article she had read from Gabrielle Union-Wade, and she was talking about how they have to raise, you know, their children and how they have to raise it differently. You know, when I was growing up, my mom was teaching me little things in there. CJ, you can't do this. CJ, you can't say this, because I grew up in a predominantly white community, so I was being taught that I couldn't do certain things, and it never really made sense to me why I couldn't, you know. I just figured that I was human, they're human, they do it, why can't I do it type deal. But, you know, there's a deeper meaning behind it as to where and why you can't do certain things. So I guess raising an interracial child, you know, I'm Black, so obviously it's still going to be viewed as Black. So you got to pretty much teach them why you can't do this and explain why you can't do this, or you can't say this and you got to explain why you can't say this. Because again, you don't want no mishaps or anything of that nature to happen to where they end up getting in trouble for something that could have been prevented with the upbringing of the child, I would say. So
yeah, or maybe something that could have been prevented if they were from a different race. You know, I also have seen a lot of people who are I guess a product of what our kids would be, Black and Hispanic, and sometimes they don't have the voice that they want because they're mixed or because they're of both minorities. So it's just a little bit interesting. We haven't raised our kids yet. We're currently expecting our first child, but we do know that there's going to be some obstacles that we do have to overcome in raising our kid because he is a minority or she is a minority.
that is true. All right, so the 5th and last con of being in an interracial relationship is also food. Again, that was also a pro in the pro videos, but it's also a con. Now, reason why is because there's a lot of Hispanic food or Mexican food that I strongly dislike. Babe, you want to go ahead and name what I don't like? Or some of them?
Yes. So holidays, that's such a hard thing for us because CJ hates menudo, he hates pozole, He likes tamales. That's like the only thing he'll like. But it's really difficult when your family has been raised like eating all of this food during the holidays and stuff. Even like not Mexican food, but he's just really picky in general. Like Thanksgiving, he won't eat turkey, so we have to make him chicken breast. But that's besides the point. But he doesn't like food like that. So we have to accommodate things, or I'll be craving something that he doesn't like, and it has to be accommodated because he doesn't like it. It's not part of his taste buds.
Yeah, and you know, one of the main foods I don't like was I think it was mole. I think I tried it, and I really never understood. It's chicken with chocolate, you know.
It's not chocolate. It's
It's chocolate to me, and that's one of the things that doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand how you can mix chicken with some candy.
And that's really hard because mole, that was like one of my favorite things still till this day that my mom makes. And I've tried to make it and it just doesn't work out because he doesn't like it. You know, I'm a big fan of like caldo de res and caldo de pollo and just like soup, you know, menudo, pozole, and he is not a fan of that. Not a fan of the meat part in the soup, not a fan of soup in general. So it's just a little difficult sometimes. We just gotta force it down or something.
I'm learning though. I'm overcoming. You know, I'm trying it, but it's
He does try it, but not a fan.
Yeah, absolutely not. All right, guys. Well, that's the 5 cons of being in an interracial relationship that you probably didn't think about. We do want to, again, thank you guys for watching. If you have not already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is going to pop up right here now, right in between me and Alexia. It's going to be a little picture of me and her. After you go ahead and click that button, go ahead and make sure you hit a like. Make sure you go ahead and comment down in the comment section, and go ahead and just leave us some tips and tricks or some things you want to see pros and cons about that you're probably debating in between. Oh, should I do this? Should I not do this? A lot of the times what I do is I'd like to weigh the pros and cons of every scenario. So let us know if you want us to do something like that. And we'll see you guys again on Wednesday in our next video. Peace.